So you've got alcoholics and addicts. You've got people with mental illness trying to medicate, right? We have normal people that are going to mental health crisis because this is crazy, right? So we're all being brought to a point, I like to call it brought to my knees, where I am asking for some help. I need support. We all see very clearly now that this isolation thing is very difficult, right? We have to be with each other. We need each other's help. So I'm talking a lot more about it, and I'm seeing a lot of people get sober and clean that weren't able to do it before. And I think it's because the rules of the game have changed, right? Not so easy to go to treatment. No treatment centers to go to. A lot of them are in lockdown themselves because of this COVID. So people have been forced to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to stay in my house alone and drink myself to death, or am I going to get better? So they've hopped on these Zoom calls, they've called their doctor, they've figured out a detox, they've detoxed at home while taking care of their kids and working their job. I've seen some miraculous things. So I've been talking a lot about that and how to find help. But let's talk about the family. Let's talk about the family of the alcoholic for a while. I do my courage to change, and I try to help as many people as I can. But the video, I haven't done a video really on codependency for quite some time. I got a message from a woman who's my age, and her life has been riddled with addiction, right? She has had addiction around every corner, and I think she has one child in sobriety, one child I think is, I can't remember the details, one's sober, one's getting sober, two are wild, right, in the addiction. She's lost a son-in-law to the addiction. I mean, her kids are all riddled with it, either in recovery or looking for recovery or not even close to wanting recovery, right? She's all over the scale with addiction. And she's pissed. And I think pissed is covering up exhausted. She's exhausted. Oh, my eyes are watering up just saying that. She is so tired. Alcoholics and addicts are exhausting. This addiction is exhausting. She's exhausted and she's pissed. What am I fucking going to do? How can I stop this from happening with my grandkids? How can I have so much anger, resentment, and bitterness inside me. It's killing me, right? Now I'm supposed to be happy that this one's sober, and I'm supposed to be encouraging this one, and these two are fucking out of control, right? And I'm tired of it. I don't know what to do. I'm eating up inside with resentment, and I'm going to let somebody have it, and I don't want it to be one of my grandkids or the poor woman at the grocery store, right? Someone's going to get it. This is why recovery is so important, okay? You can't do much for the other people in your life. I mean, even as a parent, you keep them safe and fed. That's kind of the job description. I mean, everything else, they come with their own bag of personality, right? I think some parents think you get a kid and then you form the personality and who they're going to be. That is not the case. You have a child and there's this soul with a full-on personality, character defects and flaws and assets and, everything. It's just like a whole little bundle of human being. And you get what you get. And that's what you get. And then you keep it safe and feed it and see what it's going to do. You try to guide it along, but ultimately, people are going to do what they're going to do, even your children. Okay? So really the only thing you can do is love them, right? When they get to 18 and they leave, hopefully. Some don't. Some leave and come back. Some stay a long time, right? And that's okay. But you have to take care of yourself. The reason this woman is so angry, she's really, like some people say, well, she's angry at her kids, I don't think so. She's angry at the illness. Yes, probably. But I think ultimately she's angry at herself. I think ultimately she's pissed. She hasn't known how to deal with it. She thought there was a better way. Maybe if she would have done something different, this would have turned out different. Why is her family riddled with addiction? You know, those questions come in, and you start blaming yourself, like, there's something I could have done different, right? And that's when you just feel like grabbing your car keys and jumping in the car and driving away, right? Fuck this. I didn't sign up for this. You know, I understand that. But wherever you drive to, you're going to be there. See, the problem with that is wherever you go, there you are. So you have to look at a solution that has depth and weight, that is going to make you okay with no matter what happens, right? That is the key. How can I deal with life on life's terms? Now, it might sound like I'm talking again to alcoholics and addicts, but I'm not. I'm talking to codependents and enablers. How can I deal with life on life's terms? How can I take care of myself and leave everybody alone? How can I let everybody else have their own path and be okay and still love them? That's the key. A lot of times, you know, I'll be honest with you, the only way that I could really let someone go was I got really pissed off at them. You know, if I got mad enough and hated somebody enough and made them the problem and blamed them, then I could walk away. How can you let them be who they are and love them and stand solid in your space on the planet and not run, right? And be okay. You know, it's possible. And this is how it's possible. The same thing, when you watch your alcoholic and addict come in and out of treatment, they tell them to go to meetings, and they go to like one meeting and they sit in the back and they leave early, and you go, oh my God, you have to go to meetings. If you don't go to meetings, you're not going to stay sober. Sorry. It immediately turned into winter here in Palm Springs. We went from 125 degrees to it's 55 out. So it's hard on the system. Anyway, so the same vigor that you want them to go to meetings, you need to go to meetings. You need to go like your life depends on it, because it does. Okay? This disease of alcoholism, everybody suffers. And you're suffering from alcoholism, from codependency. Okay? You're suffering from a spiritual malady at this point, and you need to go to meetings. Now, interestingly enough, you know, I go to a meeting that we meet several times a day. And that's because we're set up more like an outpatient program, a treatment program. So people just stay sober between meetings. We get them through the steps, right? It's a very uniform. But there's some meetings where they meet like once a week. You know what I mean? You know, we meet on Tuesday nights. Well, when you're new, that might not be enough. So you have to be open-minded to go to more meetings. So what you can do is go to a meeting. If you this person in particular found an anon meeting, she loves it. Great. Go there, talk to the other people, if it's on Zoom or in person, and say, I need to go to more meetings. Are there meetings that you guys go to besides this one? Most likely the people that are in there that are really doing well have a Wednesday meeting, a Thursday meeting, a Friday meeting, and they're different groups of people, but they have meetings. So you need to start going to meetings. Go to meetings every day. Even if you don't know why, do it. It's free. It's free. It'll change your life. Not only with the alcoholic in your life, but all your relationships across the board. It will free you completely. It will change your life. I cannot sing the praises of Al-Anon and Nar-Anon enough. I think everybody on the planet should go. I wish my mother would have gone before I was, you know, a train wreck. You know, I mean, if maybe if it was a parenting class called Al-Anon, we would have, you know, a little healthier homes, or I don't know what to say about that. I don't even know why I said that, but it's such a powerful program. I can't tell you enough. You need to go. And then she got the book, so she's doing the daily readings. That's great, but you're not going to understand the daily readings until you hear other people talk about it. So you need to go to a meeting where they're reading the daily readings and they're discussing it, okay? And then you need to do the steps. You need to find someone to take you through the steps. And there are a lot of people. You just go to enough meetings and you start saying, I want to do the steps. I want to do the steps. The steps is what's going to really shift your perception, okay? And it's really going to shift your perception off the alcoholic addict and back onto yourself, okay? Like the power lies within what I'm going to do. The power lies within what I'm going to think, how I'm going to react, right? That's where the power lies. I can't do anything about you people. Right? The other thing you'll realize by going to Al-Anon is you're not the only one. Those feelings of why is my family riddled with addiction? Honey, you're not the only one. There are families where this has gone on for decades, right? It's just not a much talked about subject. People sweep it under the rug, right? You're not the only one, and you're going to be able to help a lot of people. And you're going to be able to change the path for your grandchildren. And your children. Those two 20-year-olds that are acting out right now, you go to Al-Anon and you're going to rock their world just by your non-participation, right? They are in their 20s, you said. They are not 12 and 13. So you are going to find a new freedom and a new happiness, and you're going to be able to take a nap and rest a little bit. Right? Enjoy your grandkids and the rest of your life. I mean, we are young women here. We can't be tired and beat up now. We got a lot of living to do. There's a lot of people that need help. So this is a message of hope. This is going to be easier than you think. It's going to be cheaper than you think. Right? It's going to take some consistency. And it's not going to be hard for you because you've been taking care of all these other people. You take all that energy you're putting on all those people and you put it on yourself. Just like you're trying to find them at treatment center, you find yourself Al-Anon meetings or Nar-Anon meetings. And you can go to both. Go to Nar-Anon on Tuesday, Al-Anon on Wednesday, Nar-Anon on Thursday. You know, you can go to more than one meeting a day too. If you go to alanonfamilygroups.org or naranonfamilygroups.org, they have a whole little section of virtual meetings, Zoom meetings. So mix it up. Do some meetings in person. If I don't know where you live. So if you live in a place where you can still go to meetings, you can't here in California. It's limited. So if you can go to meetings, go to meetings. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, if you are susceptible to COVID, of course, take those precautions. Stay in your house if you're not supposed to leave. And go to Zoom meetings, right? There's lots available now. And I'm telling you, it will change your life. If you do this, and I have other people that are watching me, that watch me, and have been watching me since I started doing this. I've been doing this now for like 2 years. I can't believe it. And their lives have changed. And I'm so happy for them. They are free. They've walked free out of a relationship that was horrible with little kids, and the husband was gambling and spending and drinking and boozing the money all the way. And, you know, scoop, everything switched. Everything turned around. And it was the most loving thing they could do for their loved one. Because nothing was changing. You got to change something, right? So if you do this and you go to Al-Anon and Nar-Anon every day for 30 days, you take the suggestions, you read the literature, and do the steps with someone in there, you call me back in 30 days and you don't tell me you've had the biggest spiritual experience of your life. Okay? So, if you want to see more of my videos, if you're new to this, they're all on YouTube. Just YouTube Karen Gardner. And you can see all my different little vlogs on, they're divided up into codependency and addiction and all of that jazz. And check it out and just go to Al-Anon and Nar-Anon and let me know. I can't wait to hear in 30 days how your life has changed. Have a great Saturday. Happy Halloween to all of you that celebrate. Be safe, be well. I love you.